Hi, I'm Marianne with Fresh Pair of Eyes. How are you guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Did either of you ever attend Freaknik?
Yeah, I did once in the early '90s. It was a turn up. Were you there with me partying? That was you? Oh,
No, I was
okay.
in kindergarten.
Oh, you're kindergarten. Okay. Well, I don't mean to date myself, but yes, we did. I did. Geraldine was just, she was just a
I was just
little.
watching it on Sister Sister.
And for you, P, what drew you to it? And do you think a party like this could ever exist present day?
Well, it's a great story. I think it's a story that people have tried to talk and do. I think we did probably the most comprehensive story about it. It's a really important story that talks about not just the party, sort of the African American Woodstock, but it's also about a lot of other things, race and class and politics. And if you watch the film, hopefully you got to see more than just people partying. So I think it was just a great story. I mean, I'm drawn to great stories. I tell stories about mainly people of color, and this was probably one of the most important, impactful, stories from the '90s and '80s.
Yeah. I feel like it's talked a lot about in the documentary of the things that led to its end. Do you think the Olympics being there, if the Olympics had not been there in 1996 and the preparations and aftermath of it, it could have existed a bit longer?
I think there was a lot of factors. The Olympics definitely was something that it felt like it advanced the demise of Freaknik. There was a lot of other things happening behind the scenes too, with violence and sexual assault, and so I think that inevitably it would have ended because that's the part of the society that we live in. But the Olympics definitely, the world had its eyes on Atlanta in a way that really forced the city to create the image of Atlanta that they wanted to portray to the world. So
Hmm.
What surprised you most when researching Freaknik?
I think the most surprising things is just sort of, to me, was how much of a struggle the city of Atlanta had to try to figure out Freaknik. I wasn't aware until I really got into the part of it that Mayor Bill Campbell actually had tried to keep Freaknik alive and rename it as a different kind of festival for African Americans, and that didn't work. You know what I mean? And the city tried their best to try to figure it out, and at some point, it had to go in terms of some of the stuff negative, the violence that Jody mentioned, and some of the assaults. So that was surprising to me to see that. And it's unfortunate too because I think, we're talking today about Rolling Loud, talking about One Music Fest. We talk about Coachella. Freaknik could have been that, but it didn't have the organization and the sort of structure that, it was just a bunch of kids who wanted to have a good time, and it turned into this humongous thing that millions of people ended up attending.
Yeah. Why do you think, for both of you, that Freaknik is held so fondly to people who either never attended or weren't even born when it happened?
I think I can speak to that because it just seeing pictures, seeing videos of Freaknik, everyone just seems so joyous and free. And there's nothing really that exists that's quite like Freaknik, where people are descending upon the city and just, creating community with each other wherever they go. And so that's something, especially with social media, I feel like we don't often have those times and those places where we can connect with each other in person.
I
Yeah.
think that the younger generation, the millennials, I guess, and the Gen Z. I'm a Gen X person. They're fascinated with the '90s. And not just Black '90s, but pop culture '90s. Period. And so I think that is why you see the Drakes and the Lottos and the 21 Savage and all these people who weren't born then, always trying to relive it. In the film we show how 21 has had a couple of different birthday parties themed with Freaknik. He was too young to be there, but he was obviously fascinated and wanted to bring back that feeling of Freaknik.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you guys telling such a holistic story about this and very much a pivotal moment in Black history and history overall. So, congrats on this project, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about future ones.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Cheers.